It's Friday, and you know what that means, Raider readers. It's first page. Friday, Friday, Friday! I have 3 books for us, 2 new books and a classic. And remember, if you want to read these books, get in contact with me. Get in contact with your school librarian or the public library. These are all out in e-formats. Are you ready for our first book? Good. Our first book is called Hello Universe. It's a Newbery Award winner, and this book was written by Erin Kelly. Hello Universe. Chapter 1, Grand Failure. 11-year-old Virgil Salinas already regretted the rest of middle school. He'd only just finished 6th grade. He imagined all those years stretching ahead of him like a long line of hurdles, each one of them getting taller, thicker, heavier, and him standing in front of them on his weak, skinny legs. He was no good at hurdles. He'd found this out the hard way in gym class, where he was the smallest, the most forgettable, and always picked last. All things considered, he should have been happy on the last day of school. The year was over. He should have been skipping home, ready to tackle the bright summer ahead. Instead, he walked through the front door like a defeated athlete, head low, shoulders hunched, a sack of disappointment sitting on his chest like an anvil. Because today it was official. He was a grand failure. Oi, Virgilio, said his grandmother, his Lola, when he came in. He didn't look up. She was in the kitchen slicing a mango. Come, take one of these. Your mother brought too many again. They were on sale, so she buys 10. What do we need 10 mangoes for? They're not even from the Philippines. They're from Venezuela. Your mother brought 10 Venezuelan mangoes, and for what? That woman would buy kisses from Judas if they were on sale. And she shook her head. Virgil straightened his posture so Lola wouldn't suspect anything was wrong. He took a mango from the fruit bowl. Lola's eyebrows immediately scrunched together, only they weren't really eyebrows because she had plucked them clean. What's wrong? Why do you have that look? She said. What look? Virgil said. You know, Lola didn't like to explain herself. Is that pug-faced boy at school being mean to you again? No, Lola. For once, that was the least of his worries. Everything's fine. Said Lola. She knew everything wasn't fine. She noticed everything about him. They had a secret friendship. It had been that way ever since the first day when she had come from the Philippines to live with them. On the morning she arrived, Virgil's parents and identical twin brothers immediately rushed at her in a flood of hugs and hellos, with the exception of Virgil. That's how the Salinas family was. Big personalities that bubbled over like pots of soup. Virgil felt like unbuttered toast standing next to them. My first moments in America will be filled with a pulsing headache, Lola had said. She pressed her fingertips to her temples and waved toward Virgil's older brothers, who were tall and lean and muscled even then. Boys, fetch my bags. I want to say hello to my youngest grandson. After his brothers scurried off, ever the helpful brothers, Virgil's parents presented him like a rare exhibit they didn't quite understand. This is Turtle, his mother said. That was their name for him, Turtle. Because he wouldn't come out of his shell. Every time they said it, a piece of him broke. Lola had squatted in front of him and whispered, "You're my favorite, Virgil." Then she put her fingers to her lips and said, "Don't tell your brothers." That was 6 years ago, and he knew he was still her favorite, even though she had never said it again. He could trust Lola, and maybe one day he would confess his secret to her, the one that made him a grand failure. But not now. Not today. If you want to find out what Virgil's grand secret is, let's find an ebook. The next book I have for First Page Friday is one I'm very excited about. It's called The Bridge Home, and this book was written by Padma Venkatraman. One of the reasons I'm excited about this book is it's set in India. The characters use a number of words and descriptive phrases from India, and there's actually a glossary in the front of the book. I always like books about places I've never been before. There's something familiar about our story, though. Something that's happened to all of us. Chapter 1, Togetherness. Talking to you was always easy, Ruku, but writing's hard. Write her a letter, Selina Auntie said, laying a sheet of paper on the desk.